Hi, my name is Jamie Watson, and I'm doing a project on the moose population of the Red Lake area. The Ministry of Natural Resources, or MNR, manages the moose populations in a number of different ways. They can conduct population surveys by flying over certain areas and spotting how many moose they see and what gender or age they think they are. They also protect areas where moose breed or mate and eat food and water. And you can help protect moose on the highway by slowing down when you see a beware of moose sign, and just make sure you're cautious. In January of 2013, the MNR conducted a moose aerial inventory. The moose population appeared to be healthy. The moose populations showed a slight decline, but this is normal. The population will go up and down based on a wide variety of factors. Overall, the moose appeared to be healthy, with good male to female ratios. There were lots of moose calves seen, which indicates there are some young animals coming into the population to be adult moose. Generally, wolves are managed through trapping, and wolves are predators of moose, and also bears. A wolf is considered a fur-bearing mammal and can be taken by a trapper or by a hunter that buys a wolf tag. A hunter may also purchase a wolf tag and harvest a wolf for personal use, i.e. mounting it like you would mount let's say a fish on a wall or a deer. They also purchase a tag to help keep the wolf population down. And also the moose are managed by knowing what your population should be in your area. In order to properly manage your moose, you need to understand what you want your moose population to be. You don't want too many moose, because if you have too many of them, they may get diseases, or you may be over your carrying capacity, and the moose will not have enough food to survive because other moose will fight over food and water, and then there wouldn't be enough food for all the animals to survive. And by having too many moose, you will see an increase in the moose to vehicle accidents, and this is a safety concern for the public. If your moose numbers are too low, you may not have enough moose to harvest. Your moose numbers are too low. Such things as social aspect, people see moose and talk about them, that will be lost. Other things is the economical aspect of moose. If your numbers are too low, then people will not be able to hunt them, and camps and tourists will be affected by the decrease of moose populations, because tourists and out-of-area hunters will stop coming to hunt these amazing animals. And we can't afford that, I don't think. Also, me and you and everybody else as a community can help keep the moose and the wolves in check by not disturbing adult moose and their baby, because you don't want to scare the mother moose or the father moose away from its baby, because then the baby moose will be an easy target for wolves. As wolves are the natural predator of moose, and the baby moose don't know enough to stay away from wolves because they don't know exactly what will hurt them and what won't hurt them. Another way you can survey the wolf and moose population is by like going into your local M&R station, and like if you've been on the highway and you've seen, say, 4 moose, and they're all big ones or something, if you wanted, you could go and tell the M&R how many moose you've seen, because that helps them a lot with their population control and letting them know how many moose tags they can give out to hunters. Moose will go to the highway because they are open areas, and the moose can see predators like wolves far off in the distance. Even though they have very bad eyesight, they can hear them from long ways away because they have a very, very good sense of smell and hearing. They also come out to the highway to eat the salt on the highway because it gives the moose additional energy. And ice on the lake is extremely dangerous to moose because it's a flat area, so they want to walk across it and stuff. But in some places the ice is too thin and they can't judge thickness of the ice, and so they will break through and die of drowning. Another way they can naturally die is winter. The length and severity of a winter can affect your moose population. A long, cold, hard winter with lots of snow makes the moose use more energy to survive the winter. A moose builds up fat reserves and energy to get through the winter, but as he tries to replenish his energy, it uses throughout the winter by eating tree branches, but often the energy it takes to survive is not the same as what a moose eats. Calf or twin calves. I skipped some of the sentence. What a moose eats or replenishes that energy in a day. If a female cow moose is pregnant and also growing a twin or just a single calf, then the female moose needs a significant more amount of energy to survive the winter. If a moose has not stored up enough energy or is unavailable to survive the winter, then that female mother moose may not give birth to the calf or calves, and the animal will focus on its energy into making sure it will survive the winter. What a lot of people don't know about moose is logging roads or logging. Even though it looks bad to us and we think, oh, it's just going to kill the wildlife, I shouldn't say moose love it, but moose like it a lot, like it going into those, as they call them, cuts or logging roads, where they've taken out all the trees and then they replant them, because the primary source of food for a moose is the small tree branches and tag alders. That's what they eat other than water vegetation. A moose's habitat, moose will live where there's a significant amount of food, a few predators, and moose like to eat delicious leaf-style trees. Moose do not take well to pure coniferous trees or pine needle tree areas. The forest is only available to support so many moose. As a forest change over the years or decades, the number of moose the forest will support changes. For example, if an area of forest is cut or burned by loggers or a forest fire, all the trees are removed in the first 2 to 5 years. There are lots of leafy trees and alders that start to grow in these areas. Moose love this type of habitat. It has lots of food with open areas for them to use to their advantage to watch for predators. This type of habitat will support lots of moose. As that cut over or burnt area ages or grows, the trees get taller and eventually the moose cannot reach the branches of the trees to feed on. The number of moose in that area is able to support the declines, that's a moose swimming, before running out of food. The animal will then die of starvation if he doesn't get enough food. And I'm gonna get into facts now. A lot of people might not know that moose are good, like really good swimmers. As a matter of fact, 2 to 4 days after a baby moose is born, it can swim as well as an adult moose, pretty much. And since they eat tree branches and water vegetation, they're known to dive up to 16 feet in depth just to get the food they like on the bottom. As you can see in this picture right now, they will bed down in grassy or small bush areas, like the stuff you see behind them is called tag alders. This is a female moose, which would be called a cow. They can get up to 1,000 pounds, and they have a very keen sense of hearing and smelling. As you can see, their ears are quite large and their eyes are quite small, as their nose is quite large. That allows them to be able to hear and smell predators before they see them. Their ears and nose is kind of like an early detection kind of thing, kind of like your burglar alarm on your house. This is a male or bull moose, as you can tell by the small horns on his head. Another way you can tell if it's a bull moose is by the bell, which is that flap of skin hanging down from their neck. That's bull moose can tend to get pretty big antlers, and they shed them every winter or fall, and they grow them back in the spring. Now this is a moose. My dad actually took this picture. We were probably 2 feet or 3 feet away from this moose, and it was early morning, and she is swimming out in the middle of the river, and she was keeping right up with our boat. That's just goes to show you how strong of a swimmer they are. They can swim for miles and miles if they have to. And here's a bull moose swimming. As you can see, he's in the middle of the river again, and he's keeping up with our boat. That's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you liked it. I took I took probably about 2 weeks just getting solid information and interviews done, and then it took me another 5 to 10 hours to put this all together. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I hope you liked the pictures. We all took, my family took them on our different hunting years. So, hope you enjoy. Bye.